Since the dawn of humanity, we have gazed up at the stars, seeking answers to the most profound questions of our existence. Who are we? Where did we come from? And are we truly alone in this vast cosmos? As we delve into the ancient texts of Sumer, Babylon, and other early civilizations, one name consistently emerges: the Anunnaki. Called gods of antiquity are more than just mythical figures. They may be the key to unlocking a hidden history of our species, one that stretches across the eons and into the very fabric of our modern world. To understand the Anunnaki, we must journey back over 6 millennia to the heart of the Sumerian civilization. This society, one of the first to develop writing, governance, and organized religion, left behind a rich tapestry of myths that have survived through the ages, etched into clay tablets and buried beneath the sands of time. The term Anunnaki is often translated as those who came from the heavens or princely offspring. In Sumerian mythology, the Anunnaki are described as the children of Anu, the sky god, and Ki, the earth goddess. These deities occupied a pivotal role in the Sumerian pantheon, standing as intermediaries between humanity and the divine, and exerting control over various aspects of the natural and spiritual world. The Anunnaki were not merely gods of nature, but were deeply intertwined with the very concept of kingship and divine authority. According to the ancient myths, they were responsible for bestowing the Mi, the divine decrees or aspects of civilization, upon humanity. These decrees covered all aspects of life, from social order and justice to the arts and sciences, effectively shaping the very fabric of Sumerian society. Anu, the chief deity and father of the Anunnaki, resided in the highest heavens. His children, the Anunnaki, served as his emissaries on earth, executing his will and maintaining cosmic order. Among these divine children were prominent figures like Enlil, the god of air and storms, who governed the earth and was often seen as a stern, authoritative figure, and Enki, the god of wisdom and water, who was more benevolent, associated with creation and the betterment of humanity. These myths suggest that the Anunnaki were not just passive figures of worship, but were active participants in the affairs of both gods and humans. They were seen as rulers who could bestow favor or unleash disaster, depending on how humanity adhered to the divine laws. One of the most compelling aspects of the Anunnaki is their role in the creation of humanity. The Sumerian creation myth, particularly as recounted in the Epic of Atrahasis, provides a detailed narrative of how the Anunnaki were directly involved in the genesis of mankind. According to this myth, the lesser gods, known as the Igigi, were burdened with the labor of maintaining the earth. Tired of their toil, they rebelled against the higher gods. In response, the Anunnaki, led by Enki, devised a plan to create a new being, humans, to take over the laborious tasks. Enki and the mother goddess Ninhursag mixed clay with the blood of a slain god to create the first humans, who were then set to work. This creation story is not merely about the physical making of humans, but also serves as an explanation for the human condition, our connection to the divine, our role as laborers in service of the gods, and the mixture of divine and earthly elements within us. It also introduces the concept of humans as servants to the gods, a theme that resonates throughout Mesopotamian religion and beyond. According to the Sumerian creation myth, the Anunnaki created humans to serve as their labor force, particularly for the mining of precious resources such as gold. This narrative, found in the Epic of Atrahasis, suggests that the Anunnaki used advanced genetic manipulation to blend their own DNA with that of early hominids, giving rise to modern humans. This idea that humanity was created by an advanced race of beings might sound like science fiction, but it has gained traction in some modern circles, particularly among proponents of the ancient astronaut theory. This theory, popularized by writers like Zecharia Sitchin in his book The 12th Planet, posits that the Anunnaki were extraterrestrial visitors from a distant planet called Nibiru, and that they came to Earth to mine gold which they needed to sustain their atmosphere or extend their lifespans. Sitchin's interpretation of ancient texts suggests that Nibiru is on a long elliptical orbit around the Sun, taking 3,600 years to complete one revolution. Every time Nibiru approaches Earth, it supposedly brings cataclysmic changes, including the return of the Anunnaki. While mainstream science has largely dismissed these claims due to a lack of empirical evidence, the idea of a hidden planet and its potential impact on Earth continues to capture the imagination of many. But is there any modern evidence to support the existence of the Anunnaki or their influence on our world? The answer, it seems, may lie in the shadows encoded in symbols, hidden in ancient sites, and even suggested by recent scientific discoveries. One of the most intriguing pieces of evidence comes from the Sumerian king list, an ancient manuscript that details the reigns of kings in Sumer. What makes this document particularly fascinating is that it records impossibly long lifespans for early rulers, some of whom are said to have reigned for tens of thousands of years. The list suggests that these early kings were not entirely human, but were, in fact, semi-divine beings, possibly the Anunnaki themselves or their direct descendants. Similarly, the Epic of Gilgamesh, one of the oldest known literary works, tells the story of a Sumerian king who was 2/3 divine and 1/3 human. Gilgamesh's quest for immortality and his interactions with the gods echo the idea that humanity has always been inextricably linked with these otherworldly beings. But these stories are not confined to the ancient world. In modern times, various clues have emerged that suggest a continuing connection to the Anunnaki, or at the very least, to some ancient, advanced civilization. One such clue lies in the ruins of ancient sites scattered around the globe, sites that defy conventional explanations. The megalithic structures of Puma Punku in Bolivia, for example, are composed of stones so precisely cut and fitted that modern engineers struggle to explain how they were constructed without advanced technology. Similar mysteries surround the Great Pyramid of Giza, Stonehenge, and other ancient wonders. Could these sites have been built with the knowledge imparted by the Anunnaki? Or are they perhaps remnants of an even older civilization that predated the Sumerians? Another tantalizing piece of evidence comes from the field of genetics. In recent years, scientists have discovered anomalies in human DNA that suggest our species may have undergone rapid and unexplained evolution. The missing link in human evolution, how we transition from primitive hominids to Homo sapiens, remains one of the greatest mysteries in science. Some researchers have speculated that these sudden leaps could be the result of genetic manipulation, aligning with the Sumerian accounts of the Anunnaki's role in our creation. Even more intriguing are the patterns of blood types found across the globe. The Rh-negative blood type, which is rare and often associated with unusual traits, has been a subject of speculation among those who study the Anunnaki. Some theorists propose that Rh-negative individuals might be descendants of the Anunnaki or carry traces of their genetic material, explaining why this blood type is often found in certain populations with ancient, mysterious origins. The clues don't stop there. Symbols and motifs associated with the Anunnaki can be found in the most unexpected places. The winged disc, a symbol often associated with the god Enlil, appears in various forms in cultures around the world, from the ancient Egyptians to the Zoroastrians of Persia. This symbol, which represents the Anunnaki's ability to traverse the heavens, continues to be used in modern times, appearing in corporate logos, government emblems, and religious iconography. Furthermore, certain religious texts and traditions carry echoes of the Anunnaki story. The biblical Nephilim, described as the offspring of the sons of God and the daughters of men, bear a striking resemblance to the hybrid beings created by the Anunnaki in Sumerian myth. But what happened to the Anunnaki? Did they leave Earth, returning to Nibiru or some other distant home? Or are they still here, hidden in plain sight, continuing to shape our world in ways we cannot fully comprehend? Some modern theorists suggest that the Anunnaki never truly left. Instead, they withdrew from public view, continuing to exert their influence through secret societies, elite bloodlines, and shadowy organizations. The Illuminati, for instance, is frequently mentioned in this context. Believed by some to be the descendants of the Anunnaki or their human collaborators, the Illuminati are said to manipulate global events, using symbols and rituals that harken back to ancient Sumerian practices. The all-seeing eye, the pyramid, and the obelisk, these symbols, often associated with the Illuminati, can be traced back to the iconography of the Anunnaki, suggesting a continuous thread of influence from antiquity to the present day. But if the Anunnaki are still among us, what is their ultimate goal? Are they guiding humanity towards a specific destiny, or are they merely using us for their own purposes? Some believe that the Anunnaki are preparing for a return, possibly timed with the next approach of Nibiru. This event, if it occurs, could trigger significant upheaval, both in the physical world and in the structures of human society. In the end, the story of the Anunnaki is more than just an ancient myth. It is a lens through which we can view the mysteries of our past and the uncertainties of our future. Whether the Anunnaki are real or symbolic, their narrative challenges us to question the official history we've been taught and to consider the possibility that our origins and our destiny are far more complex than we ever imagined. As we continue to search for clues, we must remain open to new interpretations of ancient texts, modern science, and the world around us. For in these mysteries, we may find the answers to the questions that have haunted humanity since the beginning. Who are we? Where did we come from? And what role do the Anunnaki play in the unfolding drama of our existence? Thank you for joining us on this journey into the unknown. Remember, the truth is often hidden in plain sight, waiting for those who dare to seek it. Until next time, stay curious, stay vigilant, and keep questioning everything you think you know.